Have you ever said thank you and felt nothing in the body move? The words are correct. The manners were intact. The sentence was appropriate, yes, but inside, nothing opened. Perhaps you meant it. Perhaps you were not lying. Perhaps you genuinely understood that something good had happened. And still, the gratitude remained at the level of language, a sentence, not yet a state. This is not a message about politeness, no. This is not a message about pretending everything is beautiful, no. This is not a message about denying pain because someone told you to be grateful. No. This is a message about gratitude. And there is a difference. Gratitude is not a decorative sentence. It is not a social performance. It is not a line recited over a closed nervous system. No. It is not a spiritual sticker placed over disappointment. None of that. Gratitude is deeper, much deeper than that. There is a person who is trying very hard to be grateful. They wake up, they write the list, they say the sentence, they remind themselves that other people have less. They try to be positive. But the body remains defended. The chest stays tight. The breath remains shallow. The jaw remains busy. The mind continues calculating what might go wrong. The words say, I am grateful. The field says, I am not safe to receive. That is not failure. No. That is information. Because sometimes the issue is not that gratitude is absent. Sometimes the issue is that the system does not yet know how to let goodness enter without preparing for loss. You see, goodness can feel unsafe to a defended life. A kind message arrives and the body waits for the reversal. A small opportunity appears and the mind searches for the catch. A peaceful day begins and something inside asks, how long until this changes? A closed door can still say thank you. It can use the correct language. It can sound humble. It can appear gracious. But the door remains closed. Nothing enters. Nothing circulates. Nothing is received. Gratitude requires reception, not performance. Reception. The ability to let something good actually touch the inner life. To let kindness land. To let beauty arrive. To let enoughness be felt before the next hunger begin speaking. Many people acknowledge blessings. Few of them allow themselves to receive them. They can name what is good. They can explain what is fortunate. They can say the correct words, but they do not let the good change the atmosphere inside them. And yes, the atmosphere matters. Because gratitude is not only a thought, no. It is not only a statement. It is not only an item on a list. Gratitude is an atmosphere the body learns to inhabit. Because gratitude changes the field. Not as a trick, not as manipulation at all. Not as a bargain with the universe, no. But because state changes participation. The state you inhabit changes what you notice, changes what you allow, changes what you revisit, and changes what you become available to receive. State changes perception. You see, a defended person looks for threat. A resentful person looks for proof of unfairness. A desperate person looks for absence. Whereas a grateful person begins to receive evidence that life is not only opposition. That is important. Because that is not naivety. No. Gratitude does not make the person blind. It does not erase consequence. It does not turn hardship into decoration. No. It does not pretend the wound was a gift when the wound was a wound. Gratitude does not deny pain. No. Gratitude refuses to let pain own the whole room. And that distinction matters. Because a person can be honest about what hurt and still not surrender the entire atmosphere of their life to what was missing. Gratitude can be misused. People can use it to silence grief, to avoid anger, to bypass truth, to stay in places where dignity is being eroded. They say, I should be grateful. When what they mean is, I am not allowed to want more. That is quite different. Because that is not gratitude. That is permission being denied. Because gratitude does not require you to betray desire. Gratitude does not require you to make suffering acceptable. Gratitude does not require you to shrink your future so the present feels, say, less confronted. No. Gratitude and desire are not enemies. Not at all. You can be grateful for the room you have and still prepare for the house you are building. You can bless the bridge without pretending it is the destination. Gratitude honors what is present. Desire honors what is calling. When these both states are governed, a person does not become passive. No. A person becomes aligned, rooted enough to receive, awake enough to move. Imagine a person in a modest room. Nothing luxurious, no grand view, no perfect conditions. Right? Say a desk, a cup of coffee, a phone with unanswered messages, a life still under construction. They could look only at absence. The money, not there yet. The audience, not yet gathered. The city, not yet reached. The recognition, not yet visible. The life, not yet expanded. And yes, those absences are real. Yes, they are. But something else is also present. Breath. A body still here. A mind still capable of direction. A table where work can happen. A voice that has not disappeared. A future still accepting instruction. Gratitude does not erase the gap. No. Gratitude steadies the person inside the gap. It says, this is not all, but this is not nothing. And that sentence alone can change the state of a day. Oh, yes, it can. This is not all, but this is not nothing. That is not resignation. That is contact. A person stops floating inside absence and begins relating to what is actually here. You may say that gratitude is relationship. And it is. It is a relationship with breath. It is a relationship with food. It is a relationship with shelter. It is a relationship with opportunity. It is a relationship with people who have not abandoned the field. It is a relationship with the unseen support that continues quietly. What you appreciate stops being invisible. That is one of the hidden powers of gratitude. Because gratitude does not invent reality, no. Gratitude reveals parts of reality that complaint has made unavailable. You see, complaint narrows the field. It may be understandable, yes, sometimes even necessary for a moment, yes. But if complaint becomes atmosphere, The person begins living inside the world made only of luck. And luck, when worshipped long enough, starts to feel like truth. Of gratitude, on the other hand, widens the field. It says, there is more here than my fear has been willing to admit. There is more support here than my urgency has been able to see. There is more life here than my disappointment has allowed me to feel. Gratitude has a frequency, not as decoration, not as internet mysticism, no. As lived state. You know the difference between entering a room filled with complaint and entering a room where someone is quietly glad to be alive. The field feels different. The breath feels different. The conversation feels different. Even the body softens differently. Even the silence feels different when gratitude is present. And that is vibration. Not theory, no. Experience. A grateful state is not always loud. It does not need to shout. It does not need to prove itself. A grateful state may be quiet. A hand on the cup. A clean shirt. Fresh sheets on the bed. A candle lit with intention. A small meal prepared with care. Because gratitude makes the ordinary inhabitable. It returns dignity to the immediate. It teaches a person not to wait for abundance before entering relationship with life. It says, begin receiving here. Because receiving is not passive, no. Receiving is an active posture. A person must soften enough to let life touch them. They must stop pushing away what is already arriving just because it is not yet arriving in the size they demanded. By despising small gifts, the person trains the body against receiving. The compliment dismissed. The meal pushed. The kindness minimized. The opportunity ignored because it was not grand enough. The small opening treated as insult. How you receive small things teaches the field. Not because the universe is petty, no. But because your state is always being practiced. You see, If the body cannot receive a small evidence of goodness, how will it hold larger evidence without suspicion, without numbness, or even without sabotage? Capacity begins with relationship to what is here. And this matters deeply. Because increase does not only require opportunity, no. Increase requires capacity. And capacity begins before the increase arrives. Gratitude is not satisfaction with less. Let us be very, very exact here. Gratitude does not mean this is enough forever. No. Gratitude may very well mean this is enough for me to stop insulting the present while I build the future. So I urge you, do not insult the present while building the future. That does not create power. It creates exile. A person becomes absent from the only place where action can occur. And that place, of course, that place is the present. The future is not built by hating the present. No. The future is built by entering the present with enough respect to use it properly. Gratitude gives the present back to the person. And so the present becomes usable again. Not perfect, usable. Not complete, available. Not final, alive. And this is where movement begins. So do yourself a favor and do not only list gratitude, okay? Do yourself a favor and enter gratitude. Feel the warmth of it. Notice the light on the wall. Taste the food. Receive the message. Let the breath complete itself. Let the body register something is supporting me. Let the body register support. That is practice. Not forced positivity, no. Not performance, no. Not pretending, no. Practice. Because the body learns what the sentence alone cannot teach. Gratitude. True gratitude must become embodied. It must move through the breath, from sentence to atmosphere, from politeness to state, from acknowledgement to state, from concept to field. That is when gratitude changes you. And gratitude changes you not because it flatters life into giving more, no. Gratitude changes you because it makes you more available to what life is already saying, offering, teaching, and opening. Gratitude is a state, not a sentence. A sentence may begin the practice, yes, but the state changes the atmosphere. The sentence says, thank you. The state says, I am available to receive. And when a person becomes available to receive, they begin participating differently. They perceive differently. They respond differently. They even build differently. Because they stop treating life as only opposition. And for those who require deeper alignment with what life is already offering, there are forms of work not conducted in public. Access exists. Please remember this. Do not make gratitude a performance. Do not use it to silence your pain. Do not use it to shrink your desire. Do not use it to decorate a life you are refusing to inhabit. Let it become atmosphere. Let it become breath. Let it become relationship. Let it become a field where the present is no longer insulted and the future is no longer begged for absence. Because gratitude is not denial of what is missing. No. Gratitude is the state that allows you to receive what is already here, so you can build what is still calling.